I don't think they've even contemplated it.
Hmm.
I don't think that the world really, that the human species has given much thought at all, conscious thought, to the idea that the human species might not be around. What I think has happened is that I believe that deep in the psyche, particularly of Western culture, where the words preservation and conservation and all of those words come from, is an emotional response to the idea that we might be gone. I think that's what's actually at play. I think some kind of great shift of consciousness to think about this is, there have been people who've thought about it. I mean, I think that some of the systems thinkers have thought about it. I think that some of the environmentalists have thought about it. And I guess the difference that I'm talking about is the kind of Cassandra version of talking about it. Oh my God, we're going to be gone and we need to save ourselves and we need to save the planet's going to be gone and we need to save the planet. And the version of, wow, we've created all of these things that have had an impact on all of the other systems. How do we find our way back to appropriate relationship with all of the rest of life? Is it too late? What can we do now? What is our appropriate relationship? And we've been living in an era of human dominance. So what does that mean?
Right.
Has any dominant species ever decided to become non-dominant? And what would that look like? Because part of the prophecy of Lakota people is that this is the change in the worlds from the fourth to the fifth world, and it's the first time that we actually are grown up enough to walk into the next world upright, rather than having a cataclysm lay us flat and be reborn. So there's something about making choices that seems to be present both in the prophecy of the Hopi and in what the Koji are saying in terms of what we can do now, that there's some choices.
Right.
And it's about making a change in a very particular way that I'm not sure has ever been done. I am a holistic large system person at the core. So the idea that one narrative could explain a complex system, to me, is actually kind of funny. So I can't imagine, just as if, as we know about working with complex systems in any way, that to deal with that, you have to be open to there is not one answer. So there is not one narrative. And what happens when all of these narratives come together? Even when they contradict one another, what happens when they come together? And what information do you get when they come together that you don't get when you look at one alone? So I wouldn't say it's about this one or that one, or about choosing one over the other. I would say it's about thinking about it as incredibly complex, and knowing that if you listen to only one or two even, that you're missing great chunks of what's possible in order to find your way out or your way into balance in that system. It took me so long because I was trying to, but I was kind of going around the gamut of what might be possible. But the question comes out of an assumption that you're separate from the dynamic balance of the whole. So if a cell in your body is cancerous, can you be free of cancer? I don't know. It doesn't seem possible to me, but I don't know that there's a definitive answer, but it's part of it is considering yourself as part of the whole always. So your own health, put the mask on yourself for the oxygen before you help someone else.